What's up, guys? It's Denise Salcedo, and welcome to Speak Now Pro Wrestling, the NXT edition. It is May 18, 2021, and for once, I actually remembered the date for these streams because it is officially all going downhill from here. Ladies and gentlemen, today I turned 29 years old. And I am so depressed about it because that means I have one final year, one left in my 20s. It's all gonna go downhill. And I am not gonna try to think about it here today. But anyways, guys, thank you so much for tuning in to my post NXT stream, which has also kind of been like my post birthday stream. I was planning on actually getting more balloons for this stream, but lo and behold, as I'm getting older, I've gotten lazier, and apparently I could not drive myself to the store today and manage to buy more balloons because I was too lazy to buy balloons today. But we have NXT to talk about. Before we jump into the show, I do want to let you guys all know that this is a very interactive stream. So if you guys want to send in any comments, any questions, or any statements throughout the entire show, you are more than welcome to do so. Also, F4W Online does allow me to keep 100% of proceeds of all super chats. So if you do send in a super chat, I do get to keep whatever money we make from that after YouTube takes their cut. So I will be reading those as well here today. So overall, it should be a nice, really good time. So here we go, guys. Let's get things started because we got some super chats rolling in here. This one is from Brandon Charles Powell, who says, "Crank up the music, bust out the strobe lights. Happy birthday, Denise." Thank you so much, Brandon. Believe it or not, guys, I took the day off today. For the most part, up until NXT started, I took the whole day off today. I felt terribly guilty, but it was really nice and something that I really definitely needed. I also have another super chat from Matthew Makovsky, who says, "Happy birthday, Denise. Thank you for everything you have done. I can gladly say you've been there for me, and I love you in a friendly way." Oh, thank you so much. I really appreciate all of the nice words that people have been sending on here, on the chat, on Twitter, Instagram, and all of that type of stuff. I've been reading everything that people have been sending. My creation, ladies and gentlemen, Adam Blampley in here with a super chat as well and says, "Really solid show with a great main event. Prime Target made next week's show as a must-see." Dude, I'm kind of jealous that next week's show didn't happen this week because honestly, next week's show is shaping up to be a pretty good one. Although today's show was pretty good, so maybe I shouldn't be a little too jealous. It was a really good show today, and I can't wait to talk about that as well. And we have another super chat from Dagon as Broad. Thank you so much to Dagon, who says, "Feliz cumpleaños a ti, Denise. Muchas gracias por todo lo que haces." Muchas gracias, Dagon. I really appreciate you sending in a super chat, especially sending it to me in Spanish, because guess what? I get to brush up a little bit more on my Spanish. Shout out to Brandon Rosen, who's always sending me super chats and says, "Happy birthday, Denise. Hope you had an awesome day." I did. I spent all day in bed, ladies and gentlemen. I woke up, had a big breakfast. I spent all day in bed watching Dawson's Creek. Woke up, well, not woke up, but then ate pizza and then watched NXT. We have another super chat from Sam Pai Boone, who says, "Happy birthday to you, Denise. I'm a big fan of you, and you are beautiful, and you make me laugh all the time." Hell yeah, that is exactly what I'm here for, to make you all laugh. Thank you so much to Sam. I have another super chat from Jake Larson. Whoa, dude, thank you so much for this giant super chat. He says, "Happy birthday. Thank you so much for all the hours of entertainment. You have really helped me get through the pandemic. I hope this is your best year yet." I hope so too. I feel like, I don't know what all of your ages are, whether you're older or younger than me or the same age, but I'm sure some of you guys can imagine, it's kind of scary being in your last year of your 20s. I know I'm terrified. Oh my God. Cameron Mumford, I think this is officially my biggest super chat ever, says, "Happy birthday, Denise. What a way to celebrate a solid NXT show. A new NXT North American champion who's the real deal. And most importantly, you being awesome. Much love." Cameron, I didn't even know they came in pink. So thank you so much for this massive, massive super chat. I truly appreciate it. I welcome all super chats. Even if you're in here and you're not super chatting, I don't care. I'm just happy that you guys are in the stream overall. But I truly, I feel like I have to I just thank you so much. I don't even know what to say. Thank you so much to Cameron for sending this in. Alrighty, guys. So let's get this going. Let's talk about NXT. Overall, what did you guys think of the show? Go ahead and send in some thoughts on how you guys felt about this show. And I'm going to go ahead and start reading some of your comments on what you guys thought about the show. This one is from Dagon, who says that NXT was an okay show. Cage match was great and happy to see Bronson win. I had no doubt going into this show that Bronson Reed was going to be coming out as champion here today, as NXT North American champion. I had absolutely no doubt in my mind. And going into this match, I knew that he was going to win, but I don't think I was even, I was already expecting a good match out of Bronson Reed and Johnny Gargano. Obviously, this isn't the first time that they've gone at it, but I will have to say that this match completely over-delivered. I loved it, and I thought it was a really, really good way to close off the show. And so I actually started watching NXT maybe like 10, 15 minutes later today. So I did get to fast forward through like the first 3 sets of commercials, which even though it wasn't that much, and I really didn't start watching the show so late, it kind of made it just so much easier to I breezed through the show today, guys. Breezed through the show. So let's go ahead and start chatting some NXT here, guys. All right, so the opening match for today, we saw a rematch between Zoey Stark and Toni Storm. Toni Storm is somebody that I've been a fan of for quite some times, and I think I've been on here before where I've said this is a girl that is a star. I think we all can agree that she is somebody that I think if pushed and given the right opportunity, she could definitely be one of the top women in the NXT division, or if she were to go to Raw or SmackDown or whatever her future holds, we know that she can hold herself up there in those very, very high ranks. So, but one of the things that I've been liking Zoey Stark from when we started seeing her on NXT. I've liked her since day one. I liked all of her matches after that. I've said nothing but good things about Zoey Stark. However, I don't actually think I truly became a fan of Zoey's until tonight. I always liked her, never had a problem with what she was going out there and doing, but I think today was the match where I officially became a Zoey Stark fan. And the reason for that is I just thought that this match was such a good pace. Here's the thing about Zoey. So focusing in on Zoey, she is the kind of person that she's not super flashy in the ring, I don't think, but she has her fundamentals all down. Everything she does, she lets it breathe and she lets it, her technique is very well done. I think that is what I mainly noticed today from this match. And I had already, again, noticed it in other matches, but I don't know, it was just today where it really hit me like a big yellow school bus, where I thought to myself, you know what? I'm a Zoey Stark fan. I like this. We saw an awesome missile drop kick from Zoey right at the top of this match. Again, I mentioned the pace. Both ladies gave each and every single thing that they did in this match. They really gave everything a moment to breathe. And I felt like this match overall had a very, very nice balance. In terms of some of the other things that I liked about this, I did think that Toni Storm's win. So Toni Storm ended up winning today, and she did a hip toss spike as her finisher. And it was kind of at first, so it looked really cool to me overall. But at first I was like, what is she doing? It kind of looked like she botched it first, but then I realized that she did it, and it was actually like this new finisher that she was doing. And I absolutely loved it. And I kind of like that glitch in this move where it kind of took me a sec where I was like, okay, did she mess this up, or where is she going with this? I loved it. So I thought that this was a good win for Toni Storm. Obviously, Toni Storm is somebody that I've been on here basically saying that we need to essentially see her win more. We need to see more of her, period. We've already talked about that, like how unfortunate it was like the last couple of weeks that they really hadn't been doing much with her. Things weren't really going the way that we thought they should be going for Toni Storm. But it kind of feels like we're starting to get back up on getting her a little bit of a rhythm. So I like this match. I thought this was a great opening match. And again, Zoey Stark fan here now. We have a couple of super chats. This one is from the Nerd Guru, who says, happy birthday, Denise. Hope you have the best day. NXT is back, baby. Yeah, I'm so glad NXT is back on Tuesdays. My life has changed with NXT back on Tuesday. And we have another giant super chat. Thank you so much to Wrestling Gamer, who says, feliz cumpleaños, Denise. Muchas gracias a su madre de tener una hija más hermosa que todas las mujeres del mundo. Thank you so much. For those of you guys who do not know how to speak Spanish, Wrestling Gamer just literally thanked my mom for having an awesome daughter. So shout out to my mom as well. Thank you so much to Wrestling Gamer for sending in this super chat. I really appreciate it. Bonkers IFC says that they also thought Toni Storm's finisher was sick. I think so too. Again, like it took me a second to realize what she was doing, but once I saw the whole thing in motion, I was a fan of it. Brandon Rosen says, I love Toni Storm's new finisher. Hope it's a keeper. I think it will. M. Durrett, same thing. New finisher looks sick. I 100% agree. I think this was definitely the best finisher for her, and something refreshing too, something new. I like that we're seeing new tricks out of her bag. We have a comment from Brandon who says, Zoey keeps getting better and better each time I see her in the ring. She is on her way. Yeah, I think so too, because I think for a while, again, when she was coming out, I knew why they were pushing her, and I knew why they were having her look good and all of that, but I really wasn't completely sold yet. But you know what? She did it today. She really, really sold me today. Here we go, guys. Moving on. So we have an update on the storyline that you all want to know about, and it is the Index love story, the greatest love story of all. I'm just kidding. It's really not the greatest love story of all. But we have Candice and Indy essentially celebrating their win as tag team champions. And they're getting these spa treatments and they're having a good time. They're laying there getting massages, which BTW, I hate massages. Whatever. They're getting massages, and Candice and Indy are having this girl bonding moment and doing some girl talk, talking about how Dexter Lumis is a creep and how she's so glad that she's done with him. And, you know, they're basically not saying anything nice whatsoever about Dexter Lumis. Well, what Indy Hartwell doesn't know, because she has cucumbers in her eyes and she's in a full mask with eyes closed, relaxation, what she doesn't know is that the person touching and rubbing her temples is not a masseuse. No, it's actually Dexter Lumis. And for a second, I'm thinking to myself, holy damn, that is creepy as hell. Like he's stalking her, and now he's like secretly touching her when she doesn't even know it. But then, because of all the things that they said about Dexter Lumis, they managed to make me go from creepy stalker to, oh man, I feel bad for the creepy stalker. They made me feel bad for Dexter Lumis because they just zoomed into his face and he just had my heart just broke look on his face. This was great. I thought that this was really funny. And I still like the Index storyline. And I thought that this was a nice little touch. Afterwards, they come back to the spa segment, and turns out that it's accidentally revealed that Candice LeRae may have been the one that sent the flowers all along to Ember Moon and Shotzi Blackheart, even though she was trying to make it seem like Dexter Lumis was some sort of playboy and he was just playing Indy Hartwell. So there you go. I actually liked this for what it was. I thought it was pretty funny. So what did you guys think about this story, this segment? Go ahead and let me know here. This one is from Ace Shock, who says, Dexter Lumis has a history of this gimmick. Dagon says Dexter Lumis is the sympathetic baby face. He's more like the sympathetic creep. The creep you feel bad for. I felt bad for him. Let's see what else we got here. This one's from Draper Don, who says, how do you feel about romance angles in wrestling? Personally, I could leave them by the roadside. Look, I don't mind them. I'm actually a fan of them when they're done right. So I'm going to go ahead and say that, call me a sucker. I like the romance angles in wrestling. I don't know if it's just because, I like rom-coms or whatever. I don't really know the answer for that. I just know that I enjoy them, and I've been enjoying this Index storyline for what it is. It adds a little bit something different to the show. It's not like we're getting all of these love stories over on, on multiple shows or anything like that. So I agree. Jake Larson has a funny funny statement, and says, I wish I had cucumbers in my eyes during this segment. What? Why? I don't even know if those cucumbers actually really do anything for you. I feel like they don't do anything whatsoever for you, and it's just a waste of cucumber. But who the hell knows? Who the hell knows? And Dalen Prada says, can they really call your credit card company and tell them your spending history? I don't think so. I mean, when my credit card has been declined, and it has been declined in the past, and I know a lot of people are always embarrassed to admit that. I'm not, because it's happened to me so many times. But nobody ever says, hey, Denise, sorry, you're out of money because you spent too much money at freaking Rite Aid or TaylorSwift.com. No, ain't nobody saying that out loud. So that part was a little bit not believable. I mean, unless she actually goes in and calls the actual credit card company, it's just going to say declined. It's not even going to tell you why exactly. It's just going to say you're declined. So that's never happened to me for a person who's always had a credit card decline moment. Okay, let's go ahead and move on, guys. And friendly reminder for those of you who are just tuning in, do not forget to give this video a thumbs up. Also, if you haven't already, make sure to subscribe to F4W Online, whether you're listening to the audio version of this, watching this on replay, or watching this live. Make sure you actually go ahead and subscribe to the channel. We are en route to 100K subscribers. So hopefully we get there soon. Help us out and make sure you subscribe to that as well. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. We kind of finally got a little tiny bit of storytelling with Jake Atlas. So I already ranted about this whole Jake Atlas situation, I think last week or even the week before that. So I'm not going to rant today, okay? I'm not going to rant about that because I actually thought they gave him a little something here today. He has this match with Cameron Grimes, and this is a pretty good match. I love this match. So, prior to this, how the match was set up is essentially Cameron Grimes pulls into the Performance Center parking lot and is trying to get the fancy parking. And Jake Atlas is there like if he's working valet or something. And he basically hands him the keys and wants him to give him a good spot. But he's like, no, bro, sorry. Ted Dibiase is the one with the good spot. So that then leads into a match. Grimes then comes out, and prior to the match, he shows this montage of Ted DiBiase's most embarrassing moments, and I thought that was pretty funny. It was okay. We all knew that Ted DiBiase was going to be there tonight, so it's more of like, okay, when is he going to come out? What is he going to do? Where are they going to go with this? Okay, so at the top of this match, I like this part where Cameron Grimes gets tangled in the ropes after a kick from Jake Atlas. I thought this was a pretty hilarious moment. And overall, you saw a lot of really great moments from Jake Atlas, especially. They worked well together. We saw a lot of high kicks from Jake Atlas to Cameron Grimes. I was a fan of all of that. But with that being said, guys, they really do need to add or do some sort of character reboot with Jake Atlas. And I've mentioned this before, but one of the things I want to add to this is they should either completely redo his character or give him some sort of character, because at this point, I don't even know what his character is, or give him a mask. Hell, put him in Legado del Fantasma. That would be pretty awesome. They really need to do something, because if he's having matches like this, and it's not like this is his first good match, he's always had good matches. They really actually need to go ahead and add a little something to this. But he ends up getting the win here because Ted DiBiase comes out and distracts Cameron Grimes. Atlas is able to get the win here, but this win really doesn't mean anything because it's not like he beat Cameron Grimes clean whatsoever. No, he needed that distraction from Ted DiBiase to get this win. So even though it was a great match and all of that, it wasn't like he actually won this match cleanly. So I don't know what they're going to do with him. But now the other thing that I don't know what they're going to do, and I know they announced a face-off for next week between Cameron Grimes and Ted DiBiase. I really don't know where they're going to go with this. What is the end goal between Cameron Grimes and Ted DiBiase? I posted this question on Twitter and wanted the Twitter folk to essentially maybe pitch some ideas or tell me where they think this is going. And for the most part, a lot of people tend to have the same response where a lot of people were telling me, oh, well, maybe he's going to be Grimes' manager or something along those lines, right? And I guess that seems like the best option overall, but it's not something that I'm necessarily crazy about. I don't know if I would really like Ted DiBiase as Cameron Grimes' manager. To be honest, I'm not really that big of a fan of the idea, but that's where a lot of people think that this might end up. So I don't really know what on earth is going to go on with that. So let's see what else we have here, guys. Send in your thoughts on what you think on all of this. This is a comment from Brandon who says, I'm done with distraction finishes, but I was okay with DiBiase costing Grimes the match in this case. Yeah, I get it. That was really all that they were going to have him do. What else were they really going to have him do there? We really don't know. Okay, and let's see. This is a match from Pomi who says, as a 205 Live viewer, I've seen what Jake Atlas can do when given some decent amount of time, and he's great. Sad he peaked last year during the vacant Cruiserweight title tournament, and even on NXT. So I don't watch 205 Live. I don't watch any of that, right? But even on NXT, we saw a lot of really good matches with Jake Atlas and a bunch of different guys, prior to the Tuesday dates. And it kind of seems like when they made the move over to Tuesdays, he was kind of one of those people that was just sort of left there floundering, trying to find his place on the roster. And I almost feel like we've only really seen him twice or maybe tops 3 times since this move over to Tuesdays. So I don't know what's going to happen there. A Shock says, how about Jake Atlas to be an assistant general manager to Regal? You know what? I was going to say I don't really like that idea, but at this point, I think I'll take anything, really. I really think I'll take anything at this point. All right, guys, so let's go ahead and continue on. BTW, before I do move on, friendly reminder, make sure that you guys subscribe to F4W Online here on the YouTube channel. Turn on your notifications. Do what you need to do because I now stream on here 3 times a week. I kick off the week on Tuesdays chatting about NXT, and then tomorrow, Wednesday night, AEW Dynamite, which is my most popular stream of the week. It's always really fun because you never know what the heck is going to happen on AEW Dynamite. Make sure you guys tune in for that. Also, if you guys do not know, I will be at Double or Nothing this end of May. So I'm very excited. I'll be going to Florida for the first time ever. I'll be watching the show. I'll be live tweeting from the show. And then afterwards, I will be attending the media scrum. So that should be really fun. And I'll really just be in Florida for a day and a half. And then I will be flying back and I will be in LA by Monday. So I'm not exactly sure yet. I think I've talked to Toni about when I'm going to do my Double or Nothing post show, but usually I do my post shows immediately after the pay-per-view. But I think this time I'm probably going to do it the day after. So for those of you guys who are curious about my Double or Nothing post show, I still haven't settled exactly in on the time yet. I'll confirm that once we get a little closer, but most likely it'll be the following day. And then after that, I am on Fridays. So every Friday I am on here talking about Smackdown. So you guys all know the drill. Alrighty, here we go. So after this, we had a very quick matchup between Alexander Wolf and Killian Dane. And this was really just a match to really push forth the story that we saw develop out of this. So first of all, Killian Dane starts off this match with a lot of awesome uppercuts and punches to Wolf at the top of this match. I loved all of that. But really, this really was a quick match. I was hoping for more because this to me still felt like a fresh matchup. So I was expecting for a little bit more, especially because I really was just getting into it here. But really what we ended up seeing here is that Imperium hands Alexander Wolf the chair, and it seems like Alexander Wolf was kind of hesitant to use the chair for a second, but in the end, he didn't get to really use it, and that was how Killian Dane was able to get this a win. But it already seemed to me that they were over and done with Alexander Wolf at this point, because even they didn't put that much emphasis on it, but you can see from the background that Imperium was just kind of like, they were over with it. they were kind of like even looking off the other direction. They didn't even care. So you kind of already got the tease there that they weren't on the same page with Alexander Wolf anymore. So they get in the ring. They make it seem like they're all friends, like they're about to do their little iconic pose and all of that. But in the end, Imperium ends up attacking Alexander Wolf. And now I'm thinking, where are they going with this? What direction are they headed with this? Because I'm starting to think that maybe Alexander Wolf will go back and team with Killian Dane. But then I'm thinking, where does this leave Jake Maverick? Are they going to do something with Alexander Wolf, Killian Dane, and Jake Maverick? What is happening there? As we all know the history between Killian Dane and Alexander Wolf. So I'm wondering if they're going to circle back to that and maybe, tweak it a little bit. At this moment, I do not know, but that kind of feels like the direction that they are heading into with all of this. And someone's saying that YouTube is down. Someone says YouTube is down. Oh, no. I don't know what's happening. Guys, someone says YouTube is down. Something is going wrong with YouTube. Oh, no. YouTube better not be crashing on my birthday. YouTube, do not do me dirty like this. Do not do me dirty like this, guys. I hope YouTube's not. On my end, everything looks fine. So I'm just going to continue on with this stream. So hopefully we don't have any further issues with YouTube. And it's definitely not my Wi-Fi, for those of you guys who are wondering, because my Wi-Fi is fast as heck right now. Fast as heck. So I hope we're all good with all of that, actually. So give it a second, guys, and hopefully YouTube gets their act together. I'm actually running a quick internet speed check just in case. It's definitely not me, guys. All right, this is definitely a YouTube problem because my internet is very, very fast. I'm checking it as of this moment, and according to internet speed check, my internet is very fast. So I'm definitely thinking that this is probably YouTube. All right, guys. So I'm going to continue on. For those audio listeners, you won't be disrupted whatsoever because we are getting the audio version of this. So you'll be fine. After this, we had an awesome match between Legado del Fantasma, Raul Mendoza, Joaquin Wilde, and Timothy Thatcher and Tommaso Ciampa. So this was a badass match, all right? I was so into this match, and now I have had a dream match develop out of this that I really, really need to see. So first of all, at the top of this match, we see Thatcher work the arm of Raul Mendoza, and this goes on for a while, okay? So they kind of started off with more of a slow, aggressive, pace to this match, but it really kicks up after they keep going. So Raul Mendoza actually ends up getting busted open, and I can't really tell at this point if it's from his mouth or if it's from his nose. I really could not tell, but I do know that they were obviously checking on him during the commercial break, which they did show this later on. We do see Raul get Thatcher with several chops to the chest. I thought that was a badass portion of this match. Thatcher and Ciampa both end up getting both guys, Wilde and Mendoza, into double ankle locks and double pins. And this is the point where the match really starts to turn around. It really kicks into high gear after this moment. Once we come back from commercial break, Ciampa is literally running back and forth, hitting both Raul and Joaquin. Then Mendoza and Ciampa start going at it back and forth. They start exchanging several shots to one another, which ended up being one of my favorite portions of this actual match. And Raul Mendoza and Tommaso Ciampa really go at it a whole lot in this match, to the point where this is now a match that I need to see. I need to see Ciampa versus Mendoza one-on-one in a singles match, because they have some good chemistry, and it was chemistry that I had no idea existed or was there before, because damn, they blew the roof off of this place here, guys. They really had a good one here. If you didn't watch NXT and you're just coming in to watch the post-show or whatever the case may be, or let's just say you missed this match, really go out of your way to check out this match, because I think this was also an eye-opener. I know a lot of people here are already fans of Legado del Fantasma. I'm already a fan of Legado del Fantasma. I've been talking about how much I love them and how big of a fan I am of theirs. But I think this was kind of an awakening moment where maybe some people probably didn't realize how good they are, because you got to see them in here with two guys that I feel like maybe you didn't think they were going to really hit it off in this match, but they did. They really, really did. And they made for a really, really fun and entertaining match. Gibson and Drake ended up coming out and attacking Tommaso Ciampa, which ended up leading I think it was Mendoza actually. Oh yeah, Legado de Fantasma to actually get the win. I think it was Mendoza too that was able to get the win here. And I got to tell you, this match was bad ass. So I'm looking at this, and aside from the main event, I'm going to say that this was the best match of the night. And let's see what else we got here, guys. Go ahead and send in your thoughts here. And okay, so for those of you guys in regards to the YouTube issue, Dagon says, it's a YouTube in the USA issue, switched my VPN to UK, and now it's working fine. Oh my God, YouTube really doing me dirty on my birthday, guys. Wow. After all of the love and devotion that I have put into YouTube for them to do me dirty like this. All right, guys, let's see what else we're going here. Let's see what else we have here on what you guys are saying. This is a comment from Wrestling Gamer who says, Timothy Thatcher, when he said, El gato no tiene zapatos, LMAO, Timothy Thatcher is hilarious. You know, it took me a second when he said that. I was like, what did he just say? And then for some reason it registered late in my brain where I was like, did he really say the cat doesn't have any shoes? Okay. It took me a second to really realize what he was saying there. Alrighty, guys, let's go ahead and continue here. So after this, we had Aaliyah versus Saray. This honestly was a quick match, a quick win for Saray. Aaliyah, honestly, she looked good in this match. I thought she was a real standout, considering that I kind of expect her to hit a certain mark and kind of not go above that mark. I actually thought she did pretty well in this match. She stood out. I liked Aaliyah a whole lot in this match, but this really was just a nice win for Saray to kind of keep that momentum that she's been building since she made her debut over to NXT. Alrighty, guys, and I think a lot of people are struggling here with YouTube, so I don't know what to do about that, guys. I'm just going to continue on. If you were watching the YouTube stream and it just didn't go well for you guys, I am going to re-upload the audio. So the audio always goes up, obviously, on F4W Online. So you can always listen to the audio or watch the replay afterwards once YouTube gets its shit together and doesn't screw me on my birthday. This would happen to me, though. This would happen. Damn. All right. Let's continue on. After this, we had Hit Row versus Toni Nese and Arya Daivari. This match was okay. It wasn't anything amazing. At least I didn't feel, but that's okay because we had a lot of good wrestling on the show. So if this match wasn't necessarily a hit, that's perfectly fine. So, fine start to this match. Hit Row got the win, and that's definitely what we were expecting. But I do have to point out that Ashante the Adonis, he really, really was very impressive during this match because everything that he did really looked crisp in the ring. So I do got to give him a shout out there. However, I cannot say the same thing about Top Dollar. I can't say the same thing about him because given a guy his size and his height, I know we have a lot of big guys that work a certain way, and that's what you expect from them. But when you have guys like Bronson Reed working at a certain level on your roster, if you're going to bring in a big guy, he's got to be like at that level or better or near that level. So I didn't think Top Dollar was all of that impressive in this match. I really was more so impressed by Ashante the Adonis. But again, a nice little introduction for Hit Row following their banger of a promo last week. We have a super chat from Brandon Rosen who says, tag title ladder match, MSK versus Grizzled Young Veterans versus Legado del Fantasma versus Thatcher and Ciampa. Book it for In Your House. Dude, that would be an awesome match, and now you just kind of got me excited over that, so thank you so much to Brandon Rosen. And let's see what else we got here. Aguilera makes a joke, says the Smackdown hacker is running the stream. Oh my God. I feel like this always happens though. I don't know why. I don't know. Well, actually, this doesn't always happen. I really don't know. And this is Jake Larson who says, I can't watch because of YouTube, but Denise did say for a week she wouldn't guarantee the stream wouldn't be a disaster. I know, and this one wasn't my fault, actually. It's my fault. It's okay. I only got myself to blame. But when it's YouTube's fault, then I got to blame myself. All right, guys. So last and foremost, before we get into the main event of the night, friendly reminder, do not forget to tune in tomorrow for my post AEW Dynamite show. That's always a really, really fun show to talk about. Really good time. So make sure you guys chime in on here and just keep coming in for all of the shows. It really helps me out. Get those numbers growing. Get that, get Speak Now Pro Wrestling growing. We actually have another super chat. Thank you so much to Ellen O. Grioblatha. I'm so sorry. I'm pretty sure I just messed up your name like terribly, but I'm going to call you AOG, who says, happy birthday, Denise, girl. I hope you had a good one. I really hope they do more with Big Damo than Drake Maverick stuff. I feel like he's more than good enough to be a world champion in the WWE. Dude, I love Drake Maverick. He is so charismatic. When I interviewed Drake Maverick, probably like 2 years ago, he was so much fun to talk about, He was so much fun. So I definitely am always rooting for Drake Maverick. He's a good one. He is a good egg. Thank you so much for sending in the super chat. I really, really appreciate this. Thank you so much. And, sorry, guys. Everybody's talking that they're still having issues with YouTube. Is it just me, like my stream? Or is this like all around? Like, what the hell? I don't know. All right. Next week, guys, we have a big NXT going next week. Dakota and Raquel will take on Ember and Shotzi next week. We have the $1 million face-off, whatever the hell that means, between Ted DiBiase and Cameron Grimes. And we also have Finn Balor versus Karrion Kross next week. And we also have Frankie and Monet in action. So it is going to be a banger of a show next week. So make sure you tune in because I will be talking about NXT. But now, ladies and gentlemen, let's go ahead and get into the main event. We have Bronson Reed versus Johnny Gargano inside a steel cage match for the NXT North American Championship. And if you were expecting a good match, I think you got even more than that. If you had no expectations, I think it over-delivered. And if you had high expectations, I would say that they were pretty much met for an NXT show, for an NXT, your every week NXT show. This was a good match. So right at the top, we had Johnny Gargano trying to escape the cage. And this works because obviously Johnny Gargano is more of this comedic type heel. So I thought him trying to escape right off the bat definitely goes along with his character. We see Bronson Reed tossing Gargano to the cage and from the cage like several times throughout this match. And Johnny Gargano is bumping like crazy. There is also a moment where Johnny Gargano gets stuck as he's doing a spear. He's like kind of like in between the cage wall and the ropes, and he's trying to go for a spear onto Bronson Reed, and he kind of gets stuck there. And I honestly do not know if that was a botch or if that was intentional, but if it was a botch, it kind of came out looking a lot better than they probably were expecting. I actually thought that it kind of made the match like seem, I don't know, more natural, I guess. I don't know if that's the right word, but I actually like that. We also saw Gargano drop kicking Reed against the cage. But the reason why I wrote this moment down on my notes, because I actually liked how Austin Theory was sort of helping out Johnny Gargano throughout this match in his own way. And one of those moments came when Johnny Gargano does his drop kick, but at the same time that he hits Bronson Reed, Austin Theory throws his body onto the cage wall and also sort of impacts him. So they impact him from both sides. I thought that was a really good moment as well. Then we also saw Gargano's powerbomb from the cage. That was another really cool moment. Poison Rana from Gargano was badass as well. And then in the end, we saw Reed do 2 splashes on Gargano for the win to become NXT North American champion. Good win overall. Good show overall, ladies and gentlemen. And I'm trying to see what else we have here. Alex Aguilera says YouTube glitching out isn't as fun as the VR stream. Oh my god, I know. This is coming from Bonkers IFC, who says that this was a banger of a match. Dagon says, so happy to see Bronson win. Hope he has a decent run with the North American title. And yes, my balloon turned heel. For those of you guys wondering, I heard a loud noise behind me and I was like, oh my god, is the wall falling down? No, it's just my balloon. It turned heel too. Let's see what else we got here. This one's from Pro Wrestling TV, who says, not sure why they didn't just put Bronson Reed over at Stand and Deliver, but yeah, at least they finally got around to it. Yeah, they could have done it sooner, and I don't know if it was the right time just yet for Bronson Reed, but it was kind of like, well, who else is there besides Johnny Gargano? And Johnny Gargano doesn't need the bout. He's already done it all in NXT, so I hope that Bronson Reed has a good run as NXT North American champion. We have another comment from Dagon, who says, never crazy about a lot of interference in a cage match, but in this instance, it made Bronson look stronger, taking out both Austin and Johnny. I think so too, especially because for practically the entire match, you saw Austin Theory sort of helping out Johnny Gargano, obviously more so towards the end, but you did see glimpses of that right at the top of this match. And let's see what else we have here. I'm going to go through a couple more of your comments. I know a lot of you guys aren't able to get comments in right now because of YouTube, but we have another super chat from Alan, who says, Alan is fine. Thank God. Okay, Alan. He says, Alan is fine. The pronunciation is Aileen O'Griafa. Alamayo, Irish is a nonsense language. It's dumb of as fuck, dude. I feel you, okay? I feel you. Sometimes it's just, you know what? I'm learning though, because I try to like at least not totally mess up everybody's pronunciations, but it happens sometimes. What can you do? But thank you for correcting me. And also I will make sure to call you Alan from now on, or if I forget, AOG, because I might forget, but I won't try not to forget. Thank you so much for the super chat. All right, guys, send in any final thoughts, comments, questions, statements, whatever you guys want. Send them in, because I'm about to wrap up the stream. Before I go, friendly reminder, if you guys haven't already, make sure to follow me on Twitter and or on Instagram at _ Denise Salcedo. Also, if you haven't followed the new Instagram account for the Wrestling Observer for Figure 4 Online, you could go ahead and follow it at WONF4W over on Instagram. And we actually have another super chat from M. Darrett, who says, happy birthday, Denise. Oh my God, why can't the other shows be booked more like NXT? Champions aren't overexposed, not the same matches over and over again. You have no idea how done and over with I am with watching the exact same matches over and over again. So done with that. NXT also, I feel like the main event picture is looking pretty good. The mid-card picture is looking pretty good. There's different options for people. And if anything, we're begging for more talent, more guys to actually get more time and more character development. But I think for the most part, they have definitely turned NXT around from when they actually started moving over to Tuesdays and stopped this whole Wednesday Night Wars thing. They really have done a good job at turning around NXT and just making it more entertaining. Like today, this show flew by to me, and I know that next week is going to fly by too, because they announce a lot of matches ahead of time, and they promote NXT on NXT a whole lot more than Raw promotes Raw and SmackDown promotes SmackDown. So I'm totally getting that. And yeah, guys, so from the looks of it, this is apparently a YouTube thing where everybody is talking about this. Wow, YouTube totally did me dirty on my birthday, ladies and gentlemen. But this is our stream. You roll with it. When you're live, you just never know what's gonna happen. You never know what's gonna happen. All right, let's see. Any last comments that I'm gonna go ahead and read? They're all pretty much about YouTube, but again, guys, hopefully afterwards you'll be able to watch the show normally. Just rewind and you can rewatch the show normally. Or if not, you can listen to the audio version of it, whatever you guys prefer. I will see you all tomorrow for AEW Dynamite and then back again for Friday Night Smackdown. If you guys had a good time on the stream, let me know on Twitter @ Denise Salcedo. Until next time, I'll see you guys all tomorrow. Oh, and do not forget to give this video a thumbs up. Bye, everyone.